start sharing that simulator thing. Okay, so there before I think going to that thing, I think you might have gone through these addressing modes, this instructions, all that in your classes.
Yes, we've done the addressing modes, but I'm not very sure how much they have understood that, sir, because we haven't done any program as such yet.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, but the class such the topic as such is covered. I'm not very sure how much of that has actually entered our
This
brain.
thing. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Okay, so that actually, if we start with that doing that simulation, I think they could have understood really quite well. But the instructions which are there, I'll just brief that out again. That telling what exactly these instructions are happening. Okay. Example now you have an instruction LDA. Okay, so LDA D500H. Understood. So direct addressing mode. So the direct addressing mode, what is that first? Yeah, this D500H is there, right? I'm not okay. See, if you write any instruction like LDA D500H, got it? So in the program, so if you come across this thing, then what is that? Any 4-digit hexadecimal number, this whole part. Okay, so then it comes under a direct thing. So now in this one, how do you write it in a program? I just mentioned it to all. That is, you know that in the programming in a simulator itself or in anywhere, we have the first column for memory. Got it? Then in the second column, you add your what is that label name. Then you might have followed with the what is that the mnemonics. Got it? Then comes the comment part. Either it might be in a simulator or it what is that you just start writing any assembly level language programming. Okay, so now here the programming is what I need to add. What is that? Two numbers. When I need to add any two numbers, okay. So how are you going to start it? What is that first initial thing you do it? That is, you need to take the what is that write the instruction. Example, a simple thing. That example, if I just need to add mov a comma, okay, then what is that? Sorry, if I need to add 6, then 8. Understood? 6 and 8, I need to add it. So then what I'll do is you have an instruction like MVI, then A comma 06H. You can just push the data to one of the register called as accumulator. Then after that, again, you can write one more instruction, that is MVI B comma 08H. Understood? So you can write this as MVI A comma 06H and MVI B comma 08H. So I stands for it's nothing but an immediate addressing mode. Where we have only given you the data to add the number 6 and 8. Understood? Okay. So then after this, immediately you can start writing add. I'll just erase it, this part. Okay. Add a comma b. So when you write an instruction add a comma b, so what happens? So that will be nothing but a is equal to a plus b. Understood? So a is equal to a plus b, so it will add 6 plus 8. So when you add 6 plus 8, what is that? You will be getting as 14H. Okay, but as it will be converted into all hexadecimal thing, the answer will be 0e. The answer for 6 plus 8 will be 0e. Got it? Why? Because any what is that? It's assembly level language, either in the simulator or when we directly upload it to the hardware thing. Also, it will be read in the hexadecimal code system itself. So the hexadecimal numbers are from 0 to 9 and A to F only. Got it? So what you can all do is at least you can try to write these 3 lines in the program. Okay, that is in your simulator. You can the students who have opened the simulator start typing this thing, that is MVI A comma 08H, then MVI B comma 0 what is that 6H, then what is that add A comma B, then you can end it. Then you can end. Okay, so when you do that end, then after that I think you might be having an option called as a run there. Okay, so when you run it, then in the variable a, after performing the addition operation, okay, the result will be stored in A itself. Okay, so after any arithmetical or logical operation we perform, one of the data I need to put it in the accumulator register. Then after that has been performed, again when you check it out for the execution, your result will be present again in the accumulator itself. Got it? It's just a simple program. If you just get this one and try to execute it, and you got to understand this one in the simulator, it will be very good for you that to go with other programs with respect to 16-bit number. Okay, then other what is that, exchange of a number, a counting number of ones. What are the programs you have in your syllabus? Okay, so at least try to do this program. Is anyone has opened the simulator?
All
Hello.
right, students, so many of you have copied simulator program. You did say that it's all there in your system. At least one of you should be on your system with the simulator on, right?
No, simulator is on.
Students,
It's online class. Response will be like that only. Usually, the response is like that. Usually, you
no, they
should
respond
point
to
out.
other teachers well, sir. They don't respond to me only. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
No, they respond to you also. I think they might have opened the. Anyone has opened that simulator. At least if they tell yes or no, then I think we can go ahead, because they need to just learn how to use that simulator. No.
Sir, maybe we'll have another class wherein we'll have someone else as a simulator. Today, I actually, I did not communicate to them prior because this was a last minute, confirmation from me and from you and from all of that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
can we do
Actually,
some
I
other
thought.
topic today so that we'll have one more of you with the online class so we can do with the simulator, sir?
Yeah, sure,
Because
sir. Definitely,
definitely
we can
it is very
fix
tough for them
one
to imagine
one day.
also. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
very sorry, sir.
No, no, that's okay. Fine, fine. No, no problem there. Okay. Okay. No, that is. They have started doing the programs now, sir.
We were about to start, sir, and then again we are with this online thing
Okay.
because the challenge is a particular lab session is scheduled from 4 to 6, and usually 4 o'clock we are busy with few meetings because of NAC. So we haven't been
Okay.
able to engage the students at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Because of
Okay.
that, and this online classes has again further pushed our on lab sessions to a different angle as such.
Okay. 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 So no, next class when you schedule it, no, sir. So that time, I think we can start at one time, clearly informing the students also, so that they get the correct hold on that and they can practice. No.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, that is as today's thing. That is only thing is first the student should try to understand at least in a programming thing while doing it. Why that it takes two memories, or why it is having three memories or four memories, which I think I covered it in the offline time that time also. So instruction length they should know. Okay, as they know that 8085 is a 8-bit microprocessor. Okay, the first thing in assembly level language, they should be able to identify that it is 1 byte, then 2 byte, then 3 byte instruction. Okay, that is 1 byte means it's a group of 8 bits. I think hope all of you know it. Okay, so then here in 1 byte or anything, that is as I had mentioned it previously also, that is any instruction, it is having what opcode followed by the operand. It is having what opcode followed by the operand. You have the opcode part, then it will be followed by the operand part. The operand part is nothing but this one. What is that example? If I write it, hope it's visible to all. MOV A comma B, if I write it. Okay, so here this MOV is referred to be as an opcode, and A comma B we call that as a operand. It's just like girls are writing it as int A comma B, or float A comma B. That is int, you know that it's a data type and it tells what type of data it's operated on that variable. Here in assembly level language, it is nothing but MOV, it's a opcode, A comma B, it is nothing but the operand. Okay, so then I just gave a hint in the last session also, that is when we have this 1 byte instruction, we find the letters. Got it? So that is A comma B, like that. Then when it comes to 2 byte instruction, what is that? You find that with usually with respect to with the I letter there and followed by 2-digit number. So then we tell it's a what is that 2 byte instruction. Got it? Then with respect to a 3 byte instruction, you find a 4-digit number. So then we tell that to be as a what is that 3 byte instruction. Okay, so now we'll again try to write a what is that simple program. Okay, all of you can just write it. Write a program. Write a program in 8085 to subtract 2 8-bit numbers. Write a program to subtract 2 8-bit numbers. Hello, hope everyone have listened to it. Write a program to subtract 2 8-bit numbers. So where we need to subtract 2 8-bit numbers, 8-bit numbers, anything. Example, I need to subtract what is that 10 minus 05h. Got it? So then what is that? How do you start writing it? So 10 minus 05h. Okay, what will be the first instruction? I want only these two data to be loaded into any of the two register and use the instruction subtract. Okay. Hello.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
that is
we can hear you.
okay. Yeah, good. Okay, so then try to write it. I just showed you last time. Now, what is that addition, right? You just move this 10h to one of the variable. Okay, this 10h. Then 05 also to one of the variable. Then after moving that to two registers, okay, then write the instruction. What is it? Doing a subtraction. That is sub a comma whichever the register you might have taken. Hope so you all remember that is 8085 as 6 general purpose register, namely BC, DE, HL. Then A is the special purpose register where by default to perform any arithmetic or logical operation, I need to get one of my data to the accumulator. That is nothing but A register. Got it? That did anyone write it right now? The same thing, only you will change the instruction. SUB you will write it. Sorry, all. See here, you can just write it as SUB. You can find that. See, these are the different what is that instructions which are classified in 8085. That is first is data transfer group, arithmetic group, logical group, branching group, then machine control group. In arithmetic group, SUP is an instruction which you are using to do the subtraction. To do the addition, you have to use add. Got it? Then what is that logical group? All are there. You can see the examples at the below here. At the below you can find the examples of these, because these things you need to know it for the programming of 8085. Got it? These instructions at least you need to remember. I can ask anyone to just read out the data transfer thing, data transfer group, what you can see it on the slide.
Copies data from a location to another location without modifying content of the source.
Okay, I think sir read it. No.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can I just okay. Okay, I just thought any one of the student can read it and tell what is its meaning.
I don't know. No, not many students are responding. I'm noticing from few days. I don't know whether they're angry with me or what. Um, Let me pick someone. Kirti is here. Kirti, you're still around?
Yes, sir.
Kirti, can you read out Kirti?
Sure, sir. Data transfer group copies data from a location source to another location, which is destination, without modifying content of source.
Okay, so if I write like this now, MOV A comma B, which is the source and which is the destination?
A
Yeah,
should be the
Kirti.
source and B will be destinations.
No.
B will be the destination, A will be the destination, sir. B will be the source.
A will be the
Destination.
okay. Yeah, B will be the source.
Source.
Is it correct? Just once you just see.
Hello, 49. Who is this 49? You turn on your camera now.
Okay, so now what is the thing that is happening here? It copies the data from which register? It will be copying a data from the source, that is B register, okay, to the A register. So where your A will be acting as your destination thing. Got it? So the data copies from where? B to A. So B to A, the data has been copied. So example, if you have a value for B which is equal to 6, okay, and assume that A is having a value 5. After the execution of this instruction, MOV A comma B, what is going to happen is the data that is 6 will be moved to the A register. Okay, so then that is what happens. A will also be equal to 6 and B will also be equal to 6. Got it? That is the what is that? Without modifying the content of the source. That is the meaning of that. Got it? So whatever the thing from the source to the destination, the data has been moved. From where? That is from B register was my source and it's moved on to the A register. Okay, to any of the instruction you write it like that. Got it? Hope
Yes,
you all got it. Okay, so now if the same thing now, if we write that one as STA 8050H. Got it? So this is one instruction, that is STA 8050H. STA 8050H is nothing but store, okay, accumulator, that is store the content of accumulator to the memory location 8050H. Store the content of what? Accumulator to the memory location 8050H. Here to the what is that memory location specified or given in the instruction. Getting it? So what happens when you see this instruction in your program? Okay, your data that is coming to the example program which you did, that is addition, it might be. So after doing addition, your result will be stored in accumulator, correct?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
your result will be stored in accumulator. I want that result which is stored in accumulator to be displayed in any one of the memory location. Okay, usually in the programming thing, we'll ask you that you need to display the result in some memory location. In the practicals, they'll ask you, okay, that in some 8050 memory location, I want the result of that two numbers. Got it? So then how do you do it? Then you use a instruction called as STA. STA is nothing but store the content of accumulator to the memory location specified. Here the specified memory location is this one, 8050H. Got it. Immediately after writing add a comma b, answer will be there in a. The next line you just write sta 8050h, then you can end it. So then what will you do it in a simulator? If you go and see to that memory location 8050h, you will be finding the answer of the addition of that two numbers, whatever the number you have entered. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so you can just try to do it. So that one, okay. So that what happens, it will be very easy for you to understand and do the programming thing. Got it? Okay. The next group, what is there? STA is done. Then MVI is there. So MVI is nothing but, I think this is light. MVI is there. It is nothing but move immediately. If you find a letter I, it is nothing but move immediately 8-bit data, okay, to any one of MVI A comma, what is it, 80H. Usually it will be followed by a 2-digit hexadecimal number only, or it might be MVI, okay, H comma 20. Okay, so then what happens? The 20 is being placed to the H register, so that H will be equal to 20. Okay, so then after that, next you have what arithmetic group of instructions. So performs arithmetic all. So where you have addition, subtraction, then increment, decrement, what all you might have come across in your general C programming like arithmetic operators. We have the instructions like add, subtract, and the same thing you have with ADI. Okay, then SUI, that is nothing but add immediately the 8-bit data, subtract immediately the 8-bit data. Like that also that instructions are available. Then we also have a logical group of instructions, okay, where it performs all the basic logical operations which will help you to take decisions like based on true or false, where you can have the true or false thing to be done. Got it? Then branching controllers, where you can give some condition, like when you do the addition, is there was any carry generated by giving a like if condition, so that you have to go to that memory location. So henceforth we have the instructions like JMP. JMP is nothing but jump to that target memory location. JNC, it will be there. That is jump on no carry. Okay, if you find in an instruction N, okay, then J stands for jump, okay, N stands for no, C is nothing but jump on no carry. If you just find that same thing without N and JZ, it will be just like jump on 0. Z is nothing but 0. So it is just examining whether the result is 0 or not. It means we require in doing some what is that writing the programs. It might be with even number to decide whether the given number is even or odd. So you might be checking the what is that reminder is equal to 0 or not. In those cases, what you can use this what is a branching type of an instructions, that is like JMP, JNC, JZ. JMP is nothing but it's a unconditional jump. Okay, there's nothing, no condition given to it. It just jumped to the memory location. As soon as it comes to that line in the program, it jumps to that memory location. But whereas that JZ, JNC, and you can see that there is JPE, JP, they are all the other what is that jump, conditional jump instructions. JPE will be nothing but it will be checking for whether jump on the positive even number. Okay, then JP will be nothing but jump on positive number, like that. Okay, so not all, there are some few things which you need to know it. Then again, machine control group of instruction is there. That is halt, you need to end a program, or with respect to the microcontroller interfacing part of anything. Then you have instructions like in and out, where you need to input the data to one of the pins and or outputting those data, where you will be doing it. Okay, that much is not required, but you can just try to understand that one. Okay, so and one more, this is very much important instruction. Can anyone just try to read it and understand and explain me this? The example is also given here, students. You can just one can read and tell me what is exactly happening here. Here the instruction format is MOV R comma M. M is a memory register. If you remember that M stands for HL register pair. Got it? I might have told it in the last one class there. So if those who can remember it, you'll be knowing. M is referred to be as a memory pointer. It is nothing but it points to the HL register pair content. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can anyone read it?
So, sir, with this slide, we shall wind up, sir, because it's
Yeah.
time
Yeah. Yeah.
up
Sure.
now.
Sure, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Sure,
So,
sir.
we will come prepared with a simulator the next class, so we can do a program and then explain to them.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Definitely. At least this they can try to understand.
Yeah.
Because we use
Satya,
this
you
in
want to
the
read,
program.
Satya?
Sure, sir. Data transfer group. Move RM, move from memory to register. Then format R, H,
HL.
HL. HL.
That's the register pair.
Then, yeah. Then addressing register indirect addressing. Then group data transfer group and bytes 1 byte flag none. This instruction will load destination register with content of memory location whose address is stored in HL register pair without modifying content of memory location.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Come with the example. Yeah. Tell the example.
Example, let HL
Hmm.
CO50H CO50 is equal to 58H into and B is equal to C5H. Instruction move BM after execution B 58H and C050 is equal to 58H.
Okay. Hope I think. See what is the thing is happening when you write M. No, M is pointing to where? To the HL register pair. M
So let
means
us
it
give
is.
them time to understand this. Let us
Yeah.
not tell out the answer right away, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That is
Fine,
what I
sir.
would do. So maybe if you can send this presentation, I will pass it on to them so they can read through it and then understand, and we will then continue giving the answers, sir.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Fine. Definitely. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining in online class. I'm so sorry for not having the simulator today. The next class we shall have it, sir.
No, no, that's fine, sir. Okay, and thank you all, and have a nice day. We'll discuss that in the next class then. Sure, definitely.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you all, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.